right, forget A's or F's. The University of Michigan is moving away from all the traditional letter grades for freshmen, saying the change will help protect students' mental health. Critics say there is a bigger problem here, and are we preparing our young people to handle failure, criticism, and real-world pressure, or are we just teaching them to run away from it? For more, we're going to bring in Campus Reform Editor-in-Chief Zachary Marschall. Zach, so much to unpack here. Good to see you again. So the university, I guess, is saying this is going to help students manage their stress. But really, you know, what's this going to solve? Where they're not going to get, are they going to get actual grades on their transcripts at all? No.
No, so professors will be grading students first semester at University of Michigan as if it's a regular class, regular grades. The difference is that those grades will not appear on their transcripts, so it'll be pass-fail instead of A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, and I've been in academia for a while. University of Michigan is making this problem worse. This is a concocted mental health crisis that administrators take advantage of across the country, and they're doing no favors to these students. You need to tell these students you are not going to a military academy. You're not a female trying to get an education in Afghanistan. You're not a black child in the 60s trying to integrate a school. You're going to a sleepaway camp with part-time work. If you can't handle this, then you probably shouldn't be there.
Well, that's a really hard university to get into. I just went through the whole process with my daughter. She's going away to college in the fall. So these kids work really, you know, they work their butts off to get into these good colleges, and they have to be, you know, top of their class, and now they're not getting grades. To me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, we have to look at this in the context of their high school experience and COVID.
Yeah.
So they spent, you know, a few years in front of a computer in a very controlled environment being told, if you just do this, you will get this outcome. So right now there's a mental health crisis among Gen Z that they cannot function if they don't know what the outcome of an action is. They are paralyzed at many levels, and that's why we're seeing so many hiring managers not want to hire them. That's why we're seeing them balk at any university policy like grading at different universities. And we know that University of Michigan probably had to deal with a lot of student complaints in order to unveil this policy. It's extra work they didn't need to do.
Yeah, and we had some statistics, I guess it was from the Healthy Mind study. They found about 18% of college students report severe depression symptoms. Okay, so that being said, you're talking about a balance here, but shouldn't maybe they put resources into providing more mental health services for students, not being lackadaisical with grading?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, mental health is a serious problem for everyone, but the solution is to provide resources to help people help themselves, not to enable a delusion that what you're doing is hard. There is nothing hard about being a freshman at a university. We are seeing people decorate their dorms. I mean, these students really need to get over it.
Yeah, well, they provide a lot of support for them, too, for freshmen. I have one that was in college and another one going into it, so I see it firsthand. Yeah. What about, a question you and I were talking about in the break is, what about grad school? What if these children want to go on and they want to get their master's or their doctorate, their PhD? How are they going to be able to do that?
I sadly think this will not affect those chances because graduate admissions are used to now college being more like the high school experience. And you can already take a number of classes that are pass-fail in undergraduate program, so there's no way for a graduate counselor to see this course as anything other than one of those classes I was allowed to take pass-fail. This is part of the series of failing students forward. We really need to stop the brakes at some point in this broken K through 12 to higher ed pipeline and make them repeat grades or tell them they're just not cut out for the program or school they want to go to. Reality, I think, is the best medicine here.
Absolutely, and competition is good, right? And helps the cream rise to the top. Something else we talked about the last time you were on is the Justice Department suing some states for allowing illegal migrants to get in-state tuition. I guess just yesterday, the Justice Department did that to 3 more states. I believe Vermont and New York were among them. Your thoughts on that?
You can get whiplash from trying to keep track of all these lawsuits. I mean, it's a moving target to keep track of them, but that's a good thing, though. I think the rapid speed at which the Trump administration has been moving to get DEI and other leftist ideology out of our schools schools is a good thing. It keeps the schools on their toes, and it makes them more compliant in the long run. So I think the more aggressive action that universities have to face from outside pressures, the more responsive they'll be to doing the right thing and making schools depoliticized environments for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's always great information, and it really makes us sort of rethink education and what's happening. We appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, good to